Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign and see if we can hopefully not destroy any more valuable liquids and fluids and oxygens and things and stuff. So we're going to put that there. We're going to make sure this time around that we actually do connect these things directly to each other somehow. That way when I pick them up, they should just shuffle all the resources over. So let's see, this one has 1K. Okay, it looks like it can only shuffle them over by one tile. That's the issue. Like one pipe. So this thing needs to have less than 2,500, this thing needs to have less than 2,500, otherwise I am going to waste fluid. But I could do it now. And that one will bump up all the way. Let's increase storage. I do want to have a fair amount in here, but bum. That's 3,500. Okay. I think we're good now. So yeah, saline water storage. Don't know why we need so much saline water, but we got it. It's stored. The sulfuric acid is being pushed into regular storage tanks. And I feel pretty good about that. So that's enough to hold 15,000 sulfuric acid. Looks funny, because it's the other type, but maybe we should go upgrade some of the storage tanks of the other type, further up north. The ones that were holding the natural gas. And again, Jivolite. I need Jivolite. Jivolite's a thing I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to purge some stuff that I don't need. I don't need these things, don't need that thing. I don't need this. A flare stack burns excess chemicals. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. Chemicals, like, does that mean gases too? These are Mark IIs, so I can hold 10,000 here. There's plenty of space in those. Where are we being prodded? It's too fast, I don't even get to see. Wait. Southwest corner. Okay. My God, is that a lot of natural gas? Really, my goal is just to upgrade the existing ones, not to make a whole bunch of extra ones. Okay, now we're out of Invar. So that'll have to do, but that's a lot of natural gas. It's gonna hold a lot of natural gas. This wall, again, I need to keep on remembering that I've got a much further extended perimeter wall now. So I don't even need these guns here anymore. Well, probably not a bad idea to leave the guns up, but I can freely run up to the Jivolite. So we got 7 electric mining drill Mark IIs. Let's make it 8. Actually, 6 is a good number to get a nice full belt full. I'm going to start by tapping the very center because this is actually, you can actually see a visual difference now. Look, see the way these ones look compared to the way that these ones look. These ones are the infinite Jivolite deposits. So we'll always get some out of it. Okay, this Jivolite. I want to run power. Let's see. I'm trying to go with like a British style. Traffic goes on the left. So if I was driving on the left, I would want the power to be on the right. Feels so weird to me. That is how I'm going to do it. That's power for the Jivolite mine. Should see some on the belt. Yes, we do. Let's use regular belt because we don't care too much about speed. Plus 6 should pretty much saturate a yellow belt. It's a nice little bit of Jivolite that's going to be coming in. I want to avoid this. I'm going to go below the Bobmonium mine. I know. Trains, right? Trains would be so nice. But we're within our base, so I don't really see how trains could make a lot of sense right now. Is this actually not set? Oh, you know what? Jivolite's a different mining hardness. Perhaps I've done my math wrong and we do need more. I always forget that different mineral types have different hardnesses. Let's go 10. I think 10 might actually be the number. No, wait. That's looking pretty solid. Let's do this. We'll go year down to here. Year underground. That'll guarantee a full yellow belt. Jivolite. Jivolite. I'm so excited about the Jivolite. Nice. It's exciting. Looks like we actually mined out this other one. Might actually be able to afford to do a little bit more extensive mining of the rubite as well. But until we get to the point where we really need the nickel and the lead, every time I've ever played with Bobs and Angels, I almost always end up just turning all of the lead and all of the mostly I just turn all of the nickel into nickel ore, nickel plate, not because I need it, but because the byproduct is sulfuric acid. It's like, ooh, sulfuric acid. That sounds great. I need some of that. Now comes the tricky part. How do we get it over there? I mean, it's a pure belt of Jivolite. It needs its own belt. So these two belts are going to get merged into one. Jivolite's going to steal the belt that used to be for whatever that resource was. Rubite, I think. And that means that once we get to here, we need to sort it again. So we'll do loader, chest, This is now Jivolite. Output, output. You are Bobmonium ore. You are Rubite ore. Yep, that looks right. So that means that this can be the Rubite, or the Jivolite refinery. What were all those combinators that I just saw? Those look like new types of combinators. Oh, it's a rocket combinator. Score okay. I don't know. I had no idea what a rocket combinator's for. I guess we'll find out later. Need some steel. Oh, that's a lot of steel. Need some brick. Need some more brick. I think, for now, I might actually crush... I think you can crush slag into crushed stone. Yeah, it's not a good ratio, right? Because when you take slag and you make it into slag slurry, the fluid form of slag, I think it's 1 slag for like 5 slag slurry, or I forget. Let's just look it up. Slag slurry. Yeah, so it's 5 slag mixed with a bit of sulfuric acid gives you slag slurry, versus 25 crushed stone to get 5 slag slurry. So if you take your slag and you turn it into crushed stone, that 5 slag could have been worth going this route, 50 crushed stone, but instead you're only getting 10. So you're cutting the value of the slag by 80%. You're only getting 20% of the value out of it. So using slag to just create more crushed stone just so that I can get more brick seems like a huge waste of resources long term. I don't really want to do it. I don't also want to carry this much steel. It's taking up my whole inventory. So let's not do that yet. And apparently I need some more inserters, which I never did put into a box. We have inserters, but we have no transport belt. There's so little iron being made right now. I think it's a good thing we got that Jivolite going. Bum-ba-da-bum-bum. I'm gonna need to repurpose some of the... I might even temporarily... How much copper do we have? Oh, none. Yeah, none copper stored either. So I guess we can't really afford to completely give up on this thing. This looks like this might be the last hurrah for this mining area. Oh god, I need iron. Iron, 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 iron. I know it's down there. Where's my iron? Iron. Power. It's okay. You know, until we might get this thing mined out, I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna prioritize the, this guy. There's one little tiny spot there. I'm gonna take one large area mining drill. I normally hate these things because they're not as efficient. But in this case, I want to make sure that we get that last little bit. And besides, we apparently have infinite natural gas, so that's a thing. We have faster belt, so we're going to go underground, 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 faster belt to here, fast splitter, back down to regular belt. Let's get as much out of this as we can for now. Okay, we're gonna set up a, if possible, I should, you know what? I should have left an extra spot. I'm gonna always want to, I mean, this is a you know, in hindsight's 2020, right? We're gonna do this. I'm gonna put this splitter back by one. I'm gonna, that was bad. And we're gonna go underground about there. So, here's what I'm thinking. If I had moved this forward, but, well, actually, come to think of it, now I do have space. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our wire. We're gonna wire up the output from here, and we're gonna say, if iron ore is less than, say, something like really small, like 100, then you are not allowed. Okay, if iron ore is less than 100, I want this thing to turn off. So that means that if iron ore needs to be greater than 100. Otherwise, reserve the crushed sapphirite. From there, we're now going to create another one coming out. This one's also going to be crushed sapphirite with another wire condition that says nothing, actually. For now, it's not going to say anything. We're going to bring this down all the way down to the Jivolite one. So that's going to give us sapphirite. We need to delete these for a second because they're going to be stupid until I can program them. We need to upgrade these electrical poles, and usually when I get to this level of electrical pole, I like to reverse it and put the power on the interior spot because these things can reach all the way across. They look nice like that. Okay, so that whole thing's powered. We've got lights, we've got crushers. So you are going to crush my Jivolite for me. That's your job. Which means that you are a Jivolite ore filter. Which means you can now have your splitter back. Let's clear the lines just to make sure nothing stupid happened. Let's make sure we have enough loaders. Okay, so you're going to crush all the Jivolite. We need to set up the crushed stone and slag output, which is just going to feed directly in up to this machine, this warehouse. So any of your trash basically goes north. So there's my Jivolite coming in, crushed Jivolite, and now we've got Jivolite ore coming down, and we've got other ore coming down. So we should have crushed saphirite and crushed Jivolite. And this is where it gets a little tricky. We're going to use this one. We're going to do iron ore sorting for now. We could just do this, which would give us something similar. It gives us slag, it gives us iron, it gives us copper, which is actually not bad. But if you want more iron, technically, doing this type of sorting gives you, from 4 bits of crushed something, you get pure iron. You get 4 iron ore. No slag. Instead of getting 3/4 good stuff, 1/4 bad stuff, you get 4/4 good stuff. The drawback is you got to do some more wiring, and you've also got to balance the production. Otherwise, you might not end up with any actual copper, which is actually probably going to happen. So for now, it might not be a bad idea to just do some regular old Jivolite crushing. Jivolite sorting, rather. But I kind of want to finish this thought process at least and set up the this one. But to set this one up, you also need you need 2 outputs, right? Because you got to balance this. You can't just have crushed saphirite, crushed Jivolite. You've got to have a double splitter set up, otherwise it will end up just picking one or the other. I've already sent the saphirite down here. Might as well do it. We're going to bring you down. I'm going to have your output be over here instead. Which gives me a little bit of space to work with. That's going to be your feed back in. So the iron ore is going to go in. That gives me room for another one of these. So you are going to be saphirite, crushed saphirite. You are going to be crushed Jivolite. You go up by 1, down by 1, merge, split, go up into the machine. And out comes pure iron ore. And all of the machines should start to function unless they accidentally ended up with crap on the wrong sides when I first loaded them up. So I got to run through and purify. But yeah, all of these machines should be supportable and runnable. This one's going to slowly build up its stockpile. Once it gets to 200, same thing's going to happen here. And then these last 2 will kind of fight for resources. But for the most part, 1 yellow belt is enough to support these still support these 4 machines. So from there, then we just now need to take, I mean, hell, this is, it's essentially a trash feed, but in this case, the iron is trash, so let's add iron ore to the trash output line. And we could do the same thing to this one. And to this one. And then once it gets to here, it will go to the right direction. It'll go south into the iron feeds. So, assuming this works properly, which it should, this thing's going to burn through all of its crushed, and now it's going to be pretty much sending in mostly I guess it's going to be about mixed, but... Actually, this is increasing. It looks like there's too much junk. There is no slag, so we didn't even need the slag filter, but there's too much sapphirite and too much... Sorry, not sapphirite. Too much crushed stone. I'm just going to speed it up. In case there ever is slag, let's put that on there too. Of course, we're going to run into the same damn problem here, aren't we? Shoot. Now, how is it that I only had to shift you over by 1 and I had to shift you over by a whole bunch more than that? Did I go even farther on these original ones or something? I did. Instead of just going over by 6, it looks like I went over by 8. It's not lined up properly. Oh well. Here's what it is. Need iron. Okay. Well, probably would have been cheaper to just run a separate line for the iron, but a single red one is going to easily be able to bleed through all of the junk, whether it's slag or crushed stone or iron ore. Like this iron ore is going to disappear. Should go down to 0. And then once it's down to 0, this thing is going to dry up of all of its crushed stone. It's already bleeding out all of its crushed stone. Looks like the iron is being taken last until the crushed stone is taken care of, or is that not true? Well, it's taking whatever's coming in first. But we should see a very nice, clean, pure iron line here now. However, there is almost no copper. But here's the thing, because of the way I just set up that wire condition, so long as there's at least some iron ore in here, some of the sapphirite is going to go this way. So we are still going to get some slag, which, again, we do want slag. Slag is actually useful. But we are going to get some copper ore. It's just... if there's an iron shortage, I want to prioritize iron production, pure iron. Maybe I should even set that threshold a little bit higher. Instead of just 50 or like 100, make it like 1,000. How much is in there right now? 900? It's going up, so... yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say 1,000. Okay, cool. This is a good spot for a break then, I think. We got the Jivolite in. I'm very happy about that. Still need to set up Chrontinium. Still need to get better Rubite processing going. And then we actually still need to go all the way back to the beginning of the campaign and get Stereotype processing going, because I shut that down ages ago because of the pollution. But now we got a nice strong wall, and there's really no reason not to get everything operational. So, cool. I'm going to take a break here. I'll be back in the next episode. Thanks for watching, as always. I'll see you soon.